God placed guidance inside of you before he placed you into the world. Here's why most people miss it. Watch this. They're waiting for something dramatic, a sign in the sky, a loud instruction, a perfect moment, but guidance doesn't usually come like that. Most people say they want clarity, but what they really want is to be sure, is certainty. Clarity feels slow. Certainty feels immediate. And when life doesn't give us certainty, we rush. We ask everyone for advice. We scroll, ChatGPT becomes our best friends. We Google, we overthink, but rarely do we stop and listen. There's a guide God placed on the inside of you. Not a voice that yells, not a voice that pressures, not a voice that confuses. It's quieter than your thoughts, calmer than all those emotions running through you, more steady than your circumstances. Scripture calls it the inner witness. I call it the inner guide. God placed guidance inside of you before he placed you into this earth, into the world. Here's why most people miss it. Watch this. They're waiting for something dramatic, a sign in the sky, a loud instruction, a perfect moment. But guidance doesn't usually come like that. It comes with a hesitation you can't explain, peace that doesn't make sense, a pause when everything says go. And because it's so subtle, we override it. The inner guide is subtle. That's why it's so easy to ignore. Listening inwardly is not automatic. It's learned, just like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And the more you ignore it, the quieter it feels. Not because God stops speaking, but because you stop paying attention. God doesn't stop speaking. We just stop listening. See, scripture tells us that God leads his people, that he guides us into truth. I said truth. That his spirit bears witness to our spirit with our spirit. That means direction doesn't always come from the outside. Often it comes from alignment on the inside. Let me say this gently. The inner guide doesn't compete with noise. It doesn't rush you. It doesn't pressure you. It doesn't even manipulate you. It waits. It waits until you're quiet enough to hear it. Direction doesn't disappear. It gets drowned out. If you want to learn how to listen, watch this. Start here. Slow down. Pay attention to peace. Notice what brings clarity. And notice what's in your life that's drowning it out, that's draining it. You don't gotta figure it all out. You just gotta become aware of what your inner guide is responding to. You don't have to chase direction. You don't have to force decisions. You don't have to live anxious with anxiety and worry about what's next. God already placed guidance inside of you. So tune in, listen closely, and trust that everything that you need is already inside of you. And God already put it there for a reason. Because when you learn to listen, inwardly, you stop being driven by confusion and start being led by clarity. Thank you for being here. Pay attention to what God is awakening within you.